Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me. And today we're going to go visit a Hall of Famer in San Antonio, Texas. But before we get started, if you could hit that subscribe button for me, I'd really appreciate it. That helps motivate me to do more videos and just keep myself busy. So I really appreciate that. The man we're going to go visit today is Rube Waddell. Now we're also going to open up a couple of Topps hanger boxes, Series 2, nothing special. I'm going to open those at the very end of the video. But as I'm opening them, I'm going to probably talk about Rube. Now, he was born October 13th, 1876. The lefty played 13 seasons, beginning professionally with the Louisville Colonels in 1897. Now, he didn't attend school very much. He credited his arm strength by throwing rocks at birds and cows and other stuff that were on the family's property. Now, Rube was quite an unpredictable person, and he probably would have been diagnosed with some type of a mental disorder if he were diagnosed today. There was definitely something going on there. He was also known to disappear for long periods of time, even during his playing days. And one of those times he was found wrestling an alligator at a circus. He also was known to chase fire trucks down the street, and this is even after becoming a professional ball player. He was fascinated with fire trucks and fire stations, and he was easily distracted by fans in the stands. If they chose to do so, they knew how to distract him. But his biggest distraction and biggest problem was the booze, and that plagued him his entire life. Now, he debuted with the Pirates in 1900, but his behavior had him on the outs before even the end of the season. And I can imagine him playing an entire career healthy right alongside Honus Wagner. That would have been pretty incredible. Now, during his career, he had a stint playing for Connie Mack's football team. It's hard to believe they called it football back then, but I guess they did. And but he broke the quarterback's leg, so that was history as well. He was also a goalkeeper for a St. Louis soccer team. And his forever home here is at Mission Burial Park here in San Antonio. And one other thing, he also saved lives by carrying a burning stove out of a department store before it burnt down. Now, all these antics were going on, and the drinking was also very heavy during this time, when I was still leading the league in strikeouts for 6 straight years, ERA and wins twice, and he pitched the Triple Crown in 1905 with 27 wins, 287 strikeouts, and a 1.48 ERA. And after all this, the drinking still continued, and it likely shortened his career. He did finish his career with a 193 and 143 record, 2,316 strikeouts, 2,961 innings pitched. Now, after retirement, Waddell helped save lives once again during 2 devastating floods in Hickman, Kentucky. Now, this led to a severe bout of pneumonia, and his health greatly diminished. Now, moving to San Antonio, Texas, and a diagnosis of tuberculosis, Waddell was placed in a sanitarium where he died on April 1st, 1914, at the age of 37. Now, Rube Waddell proved that when focused and of sound mind, he was as dominant as a pitcher that there ever was. No doubt if he had taken care of himself and had the right people looking after him, we would be regarding Rube Waddell as one of the all-time great pitchers. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1946. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that little walk to the cemetery visiting Mr. Waddell. I think he's the only ball player, and it's a pretty large cemetery. I think he's the only ball player in there. So let's take a look through these hanger packs and see what we can come up with. We're going to run through them. Topps has never figured this out. Constantly upside down. Anyway, I appreciate you watching the videos. And the subscribe is a big deal to me because that keeps me motivated. And I need all the motivation I can get being a retired guy. Trying to get to the good stuff. You know, these things I like because these things are cheap and expensive. And there's a lot of guys that do this, and they like to just collect the boxes, or they go after certain cards. I like to open stuff up and go through them, and that's just me. And this stuff is inexpensive, and it's fun to do. Here's a numbered card, 381 of 499. Nice green, Alex Young. That's nice. And you never know what you're going to get. Refractor team card. I like all these throwbacks. But you never know. That they're inexpensive. If you don't get any hits, hey, you don't lose any sleep over it because they didn't cost you an arm and a leg. I always go back through these because short prints and stuff like that, I don't really have an eye for yet. But we're getting there. The club's got to get back together. You know, that these winter meetings and these lockouts, they stink. But one thing I found out, and I believe it's true, is that there's never been any games lost on a lockout. On strikes, yes, of course. But from what I read and understand, when there's been a lockout, we never missed any game time as far as ball games. So let's hope that continues and they get their act together. Let's go through this last pack together. It was on a Rose Arena, just a future star. But yeah, I like these. I think I mentioned a couple of videos ago, I have an update hobby box I'm going to open right after Christmas. And probably have a couple more of those coming. And we'll see what kind of goodies we get in those things. Starting to get to the middle, which is what we kind of race to. Yeah, these, that's nice, Otani. These series too, are they actually of the series of the ones that are much cheaper? I guess just not as many hits, not as many of the rookies in them. But hey, they're inexpensive, and I like to open them. Fun stuff. I believe that's going to be a short print. Huff, I like that. This is number 314, gold, real motto. Trevor Bauer, what's going to happen with him? A nice key, Brian. So good stuff. Anyway, I appreciate you watching the video and taking the time with me and sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. It keeps me wanting to keep doing it. But this year of the baseball cards, getting back into it after retiring, I think I learned a lot. I got a lot more to learn and a lot on this end. I'm changing the way I'm doing my videos. If you watch my videos at all, you can see that. And little by little, we hope to get better and better. But fun times, good stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. I think I mentioned in my last video, heading to Daytona, we got some very interesting folks to visit up there. So I hope you stick with me, and we'll see you next time.